What the hell does this have to do with COVID-19 relief? Guys, I'm looking at this new Democrat bill. $1.9 trillion. It's supposed to be the COVID relief bill. Not a lot of relief in there. There is a lot of BS in there. There's a lot of pork in there. There's a lot of Democrat wish list items in there. There's not a lot that would help and create relief for the American people. The people who are going to be saddled with this tax burden for decades to come. We are mortgaging our children's futures to the hilt to give the Democrats a wish list. Remember, so many of these people are the same people that said Trump's $900 billion stimulus in the midst of all of it, prior to a vaccine. These same people said that was too much. Now they want to go more than double that. And they want to spend another $5 trillion. $5 trillion more in the next year. Think about that, guys. That's like over 20% of the aggregated debt that we've had for the last few hundred years. In addition to this, in the coming months. Now, let's talk about this, because it's supposed to be the COVID relief bill, but you have $300 billion, okay, like 15%, a little more than 15% of the overall $1.9 trillion package. It's to bail out failed states. Let me guess which states they're talking about. Probably New York and probably California. Probably not a lot of red states. Probably not a lot going to Governor DeSantis down in Florida to help them out and to get stuff going. But $350 billion to bail out states that have mismanaged and misappropriated their funds for years. I wrote about this in Liberal Privilege, guys. This is not a new concept. They are utilizing COVID-19 as a way to reset decades of mismanagement, being beholden to unions like the teachers union. This is their way to reset that. They're going to milk you and mortgage your kids' futures to be able to do so. You have $1.5 billion to Amtrak. You know, Joe Biden used to ride the train, so they put Hunter on the board at one point in time, so they got to get $1.5 billion. You have $50 billion to FEMA. You have $1.6 billion for a bridge from New York to Canada. You have advocacy for a $15 minimum wage. You have $880 million for a supplemental nutrition program. I don't even know what that is. But I do know that none of this has to do with actual COVID-19 relief, which is what the bill's supposed to be about. The Democrats want to jam it through. Their unity party wants to jam this through without Republican support, though I saw something about Mitt Romney wanting to support that. He didn't want to support Trump's bill. That was a fraction of this. But this one he was on board with, at least last week, but I thought that was like a $1.6 trillion number. Now that it's 1.9 with all of these ridiculous measures, I guess he may not be on board. Let's see what happens. But guys, this will be disastrous for our future. And none of it has to do with COVID relief. But none of that should surprise you either at this point.